Hello to you, good evening, wherever you are. I just want to take you through some AutoCAD tutorials on how you can use AutoCAD right from scratch. So we're going to begin from after you've actually installed the software. If you have the software already installed on your system, we're actually going to commence from there. So what's the first thing you're going to do? After installing the software, the first thing is to open the software. So let me show you how you're going to open the software. So I'm going to share my screen right now to actually show you that. Okay. So the first thing is to look for the AutoCAD icon. Is to look for what? The AutoCAD icon. This is my icon here. I have AutoCAD 2019 installed on my system, AutoCAD 2019 English. So once you locate the icon, you double click on the icon. Once you double click, it's going to load, start loading. It may take like a minute or two or less, depending on your system, depending on your system's properties. So already, my own, I have already loaded it. So once it opens fully, you will get to this window. You will get to this window. So what's the next thing? Now you want to start drawing. You want to start drawing. So what do? You are going to, what you're going to do is that since you want to start drawing, you open a new drawing. Look at this icon here where it is written start drawing. You click on this. When you click on this, the AutoCAD screen actually opens. So what's the next thing you do? What's the next thing you're going to do after it has opened? Now, as a beginner in AutoCAD, you're going to start with 2D drafting. But this window is not a 2D drafting window. So how are you going to rectify this? You're going to set the 2D drafting window. So where is that going to be set? You come down to the right hand bottom corner. Where this is my cursor. This is my cursor here. I believe you can actually see my cursor. So you come down to the right hand bottom corner where you see this gear icon. There's this gear icon here. When I hover over the gear icon, you see workspace switching. Now, to the right of this gear icon, there is a drop down arrow. So I'm going to click on that arrow right now. I'm going to click on that arrow. So click on that arrow. The first thing you have there is drafting and annotation. After drafting and annotation, you see 3D basics, you see 3D modeling. As a beginner, you're going to start from drafting and annotation. So the next thing right now is to click on drafting and annotation. Now, the window has been reset to the drafting and annotation window. So having set to the drafting and annotation window, what's the next thing you're going to do? The next thing you're going to do is that you have a whole lot of toolbar. So I'm going to briefly explain a couple of them. Here you have this red A, which stands for AutoCAD. This is called the application menu. This is the application menu. This is the application menu. There's a drop down arrow. If I click on that drop down arrow, what do you have? You see new, open, save, save as, import, export, publish, print. For those of you who have used some other software like Microsoft Word, Excel, Access, and many other software, this is similar. You always get things like this new. If you want to open a new drawing, you're going to click on this white sheet and it's going to give you a new drawing. Let me click on it. Okay, so by the time I click on it, it has given me a process for me to open a new drawing sheet. For now, I am not interested in opening a new drawing sheet, so I'm going to click cancel. So I go back to the application menu. You have open. If already have works, I want to access those works. This is where I'm going to come to. I will click on open, open, or I can use Control O as a shortcut. Then if I want to save, maybe I'm working, I want to save my work, a work that I've already saved previously. This is where I'm going to click. But if I'm saving it for the first time, I'm going to click on Save As. That means I'm going to give it a unique name for the first time. Okay, then import. If I want to import a work, maybe a work copied from another computer or from someone else into this AutoCAD, into the software on this system, this is where I'm going to go to. If I want to export, this is where I'm going to go to. Okay. If I want to publish, this is where I go to. If I want to print my work, this is where I go to. So on the application menu, you can actually do these things I've just mentioned. Then after the application menu, at this top, you have the quick access toolbar. This is called the quick access toolbar. Most of the icons we've noticed on the application menu are still here. This is the new. If you want a new drawing, a new blank drawing, you're going to click here. If you want to open, maybe to access something you've already saved. If you want to open it again, open a drawing, this is where. If you want to save, this is where. Save as, this is where. Open from web and mobile. Save to web and mobile. This is the printer. This is undo. Maybe you made a mistake. You took an action and you want to go back to where you were before. You click on this button, undo. Okay. Now, there is this drop down arrow here, which I'm actually going to click. So I click on this drop down arrow. Then when you click on this drop down arrow, you have all the buttons so far we've mentioned. But I just want to go down to the last one. Here you have show below ribbon. So I move up one step. They said show menu bar. Now I am going to click on show menu bar. Now look at your ribbon. Look at this, your menu. Look at this top area before clicking on show menu bar. Now you've seen the way it is right now. Now I'm going to click on show menu bar. On clicking, a new window pops up, which wasn't there before. You have file, edit, view, insert, format. This tab wasn't there before. This is the menu bar. This is the menu bar. You have file, you have edit, you have view, you have insert, you have format, you have tools, you have draw. As we go on, you are going to understand these things more and more. You're actually going to understand these things more and more. And then this is the ribbon. This is the ribbon. Right now, we are on the Home tab. This is the Insert tab. This is the Annotate tab. This is the Parametric tab. As we go on, you're going to understand these things more and more. On the Home tab, it has been divided into sections. This is the Draw section. You have the Draw tools here. Line, polyline, cycle, arc. This is next. You have the Modify section. Move, copy, stretch, rotate, mirror, scale, trim, fillet, array. This comes under the Modify section. Then next you have the Annotation section. This is where you can work with text, dimensions, Then you have the layer section, block section, property section, group section, utilities, and the rest. You are actually going to understand these things as we proceed. Okay, so having done this right now, at this stage, what is the next thing? Okay, before I go on, I go down to the bottom of the window. This place, this white line or white window is called the command line. And it is very, very important. When you're working with AutoCAD, you have to always look at the command line, because the computer, whenever you type, the computer is going to respond with instructions for you to move ahead on this command line or command window. Okay, then to the right of the command line, we have what we call the status bar. We have what we call the status bar. This is called the status bar. Okay, very, very important. You're going to make use of it very, very well. This is called the what? This is called the status bar. Okay, and I'm going to explain as we go along what you're going to make use of a whole lot of stuffs from here. Not all of it, not everything that you need are displayed. The most important ones are the ones you're going to display. So you have the first one, model up. When you over here, you have model up, paper space. The next one is grid. You can see grids on the drawing sheet. You can see your grids. You can see your grids right now. I can choose to off the grid. I can choose to switch it on. How do you switch it on? How do you switch it on? You just click on this icon here. The next one, we have snap mode. We have dynamic mode. We have auto mode. Auto mode is very, very important. It is used to draw horizontal lines and vertical lines. And it's very, very important. It's something you are going to make use of very, very well. Okay. Some of these icons might not be on your own, but I'm going to tell you how to get them. Okay. I'm going to actually tell you how you can get this icons. Okay. So these are basically, this is called the status bar. Very, very important. Then to the right here, if I move to the right, let me just take this a little up. If I move to the right, this is called the compass. This is called the compass. You have north, west, east, south display. Then this one is called the navigation bar. This is called the navigation toolbar. The first thing you have there is the full navigation wheel. The next thing you have there is pan. Then you have zoom extent. You have orbit. You have show motion. So as we go along, I'm going to explain the work of all these buttons. I'm going to explain them as we move along. Okay. So, take for instance that right now. Okay. As we move along, like I said, I'm going to explain these buttons to you. So, I think I'm going to end this class at this moment, and you will meet me in part 2, in lesson 2. This is actually lesson 1. In lesson 2, I'm actually going to teach you how to set your drawing limits. I'm going to actually teach you how to set your drawing limits and your units. Before you draw, you have to specify the units which you want to draw in. There are a lot of units all over the world. We have imperial systems. We have metric systems. And limits also. So I'm going to end this class at this point. So I hope you actually understood all we're trying to pass across. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the comment section, and I'm going to respond to them. And also, if you have any need to contact me, you can contact me on WhatsApp, via WhatsApp on +234 8038 29 518. 85. Please, I would like you to subscribe to my channel and like my video. Let me actually, maybe you don't know my name. My name is Samuel Anekan Udo. Okay, so bye for today.